समारम्भाम् नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणम् प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवतयस्तनयाः विभूतिः सर्वम् यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामम् श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगळम् प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतम् सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणु परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिम् प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् अनन्यसाध्ये स्वाभीष्टे महाविश्वासपूर्वकम् तदेकोपायतायाञ्छा प्रपत्तिः शरणागतिः. Dear Bhaktas, we have gathered here today to discuss about a very significant topic, the doctrine of Sharanagati. This has gained remarkable importance in this Kali Yuga, and the reason for that is we have lesser time for spirituality. We have lesser interest towards spirituality. Our knowledge and wisdom in these lines have been deteriorating over the yugas. So in this Kali Yuga, we need a tool that is simple enough, but yet which we are confident that it will fetch the result. Such a tool is Sharanagati. And the Sharanagati is well mentioned in the Upanishads themselves. Based on the Upanishads and the practice of our Purvacharyas, let us try to understand this doctrine in its detail today. The Sharanagati is awe-inspiring. The reason being, it's a revolutionary concept. We all know that there is a common rule. The lesser the effort, the lesser the reward. The higher the effort, the higher the reward. Whereas this doctrine of Sharanagati challenges this rule, because it says the lesser the effort, the higher is the reward. It's too difficult to believe, first of all. Any means to reach salvation is acceptable in this earth. I am created. There must be a purpose for my life. There must be a purpose for my creation. And that is being spelled out by the Upanishads as realizing Brahman and reaching Brahman. I am the Atman. This Atman has to get salvated. The only way is to understand, realize Brahman and reach him. But for that final destination, we have been journeying through births and births of agony. There are many ways that have been prescribed in the Shastras to get out of this mundane world and reach eternal bliss. Let us first list those means which have been prescribed, understand them, and then try and distinguish Sharanagati as means to salvation. There is a distinction. Apparently, it may look that Sharanagati is also a marga, is also a path as any other path for salvation. But it is totally distinct from any other path. Let us first list down the paths. One is Karma Yoga, the other is Jnana Yoga, through which we realize the Atman. We reach the Atman. It's bliss with the Atman. It's in other words called as Atma Sakshatkara. Once you have realized yourself, oneself, then we go ahead in our journey, search of Parabrahman. And that Brahman very well resides in you. In Tamil, this Brahman is called as Kadavul. Kadavul. One who is above all, Kadandavan, is found within yourself, Ul. He is inside you, but he is above all. We go in search of that Brahman. Finally we realize him. We have the desire, the urging need to reach him. We finally reach him. What are the means prescribed? Karma Jnana Yoga are the means for Atma Sakshatkara. Then Bhakti Yoga is a very important means for Paramatma Sakshatkara and reaching our objective. To accomplish Sri Vaikuntha, the known means, the accepted path is the path of devotion. Karma Yoga is called as the path of performance, action. Jnana Yoga, the path of wisdom or knowledge. Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. There are three paths: Karma, Jnana, Bhakti Yoga. Whereas we are here today to discuss about the fourth path, which is entirely distinct from the other three paths. Let me first iterate on the differences between Karma Jnana Bhakti Yoga and Sharanagati. For our discussion today, we can drop Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga and stick on only to Bhakti Yoga. The reason being, Karma Jnana Yoga reach you to Atman only, not Paramatma. But it is only Bhakti Yoga that reaches you to Paramatma. We will talk about Sharanagati, which reaches you to Paramatman. So comparing an apple to apple, we have to take only Bhakti Yoga and Sharanagati and drop Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, because they are not the path for the ultimate destination. There are only two in the race now. One is Bhakti Yoga and the other is Sharanagati. The difference between the two go like this. One, this is known as Sadhyopaya. Sharanagati is known as Siddhopaya. I am going to introduce some technical terms to you. Unless and until you realize those terms, it will be next to impossible to understand about Sharanagati. Whatever I explain to you in English would be of no worth unless we remember the Sanskrit equivalent word for them. One, Upayam. Upayam in other words is means, way, path. Sharanam is a word that stands with three meanings. Sharana means Upaya, Griha, Rakshita. Sharana, surrender, can give you three meanings. All the three are the same as denoted by Sharanam. One meaning is Upayam. Upayam is path. That which takes you closer to your objective is Upayam. Second is Griham. Griham is home, abode is Griham. That's also called by the word Sharanagati. Sharanam stands for Upayam. Sharanam stands for Griham. Sharanam stands for Rakshita. Upayam is path. Griham is home. Rakshita is protector. So the moment I spell Sharanam, three meanings might strike your mind. And out of the three, we are going to choose the best. The best one is Upayam. As you know, a bird sanctuary is called as Sharanalayam. Bird Sharanalayam. A bird sanctuary is a resting place. It's a home for all the birds. So it's known as Sharanalayam. One who protects me, I call him that, I surrender to him, he protected me. That is also known by the word Sharanam. Whereas what we are discussing today, the meaning in the context of Upayam. Upa, Ayate, Iti Upayah. As I have told you earlier, every word in Sanskrit is born out of a root. Upa, Ayate, Iti Upayah. Upa, close to. Ayate, takes you. That which takes you close to your objective. I have a goal to achieve. There is a path that takes me close to my objective. That path is known as Upayah. Upayam, Upayah. There is a path that takes me close to my objective. Of course, we are not talking about any mean objective like getting married or getting children or getting a job. We are now talking about the supreme objective of moksha. So if your objective is final salvation, eternal bliss in spiritual union with your Lord, then there needs to be a path to reach you there. That path is known as Upaya. So which are the Upayams available? Bhakti Yogam is a Upayam which takes you close to your destination. Sharanagati is an Upayam which takes you close to your destination. But the distinction between Bhakti Yogam and Sharanagati is Bhakti Yogam is a Sadhya Upaya, whereas Sharanagati is a Siddhopaya. Now there are two more terms to which you are getting introduced. First term was Upaya. Now we are talking about Sadhyopaya and Siddhopaya. Sadhyopayam is a path which I have to establish with my effort. Siddhopayam is an established path. I need not do anything for that. It's not through my effort I have to establish that upaya. This path is already there. It is established. It's called Siddhopaya. If I have to establish a path, it is Sadhyopayam. So what differentiates the two? My effort. If I do something, it is due to my performance this path is getting established. It is Sadhyopayam. I need not do anything. I abstain from doing anything and everything. But yet, it is an upaya. It is a means, in which case it is Siddhopayam. Whereas Sadhyopaya is to be established by my efforts. Now Bhakti Yoga is a Sadhya Upaya. I have to do it. I have to perform. Whereas Sharanagati, there is nothing that I perform. I transfer my responsibility to somebody else. The onus of protecting me gets shifted from my head to somebody else's lotus feet. So Bhakti Yoga is a Sadhyopaya, Sharanagati is a Siddhopaya. Let's get into another two terms now. They are Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Don't think that I am taxing you a lot in the initial stages of this lecture. Once we are through with the difficult ones, then it would be easy for us to experience the nectar of Sharanagati. There are two methods in taking an examination. One is, first answer all the difficult questions, wait then for the simpler ones. The second method is, answer all the simpler ones, so that you are sure about some minimum marks, then wait for the difficult ones. Now we are going through the difficult ones first, and then the simpler ones. So let me introduce you to two other terms, Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Marga, again as we dealt with earlier, is a path. This is a path that leads me to my destination. One is a Pravritti path, other is a Nivritti path. Pravritti Marga is path of performance. I do a lot. It is Pravritti. I more and more do a lot. Nivritti Marga is path of abstinence. I don't do. I abstain from performing. So Pravritti Marga is path of performance. Nivritti Marga is path of abstinence. By now you would know that whether Bhakti Yoga is Pravritti Marga or Nivritti Marga. Since Bhakti Yoga got classified as Sadhyopaya, it has to be Pravritti Marga. Because Sadhyopayam is, I need to do and establish, which is path of performance. Whereas Siddhopayam is, I need not do anything. It is Siddham. It is established. So it's path of abstinence. I don't do, but yet achieve. I do, but yet achieve. Which one would you choose? Would you choose the one which I do, or would you choose the one which I abstain from? Of course I will choose the one which I abstain from doing. It's quite simple on earth. At the same time, there is a difficulty in the Sharanagati Marga. I'll give you an example. I am given a job where I need to toil for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. I get handful of salary. I'm quite satisfied with that. I'll have the confidence. I believe that for whatever I have tried, whatever are my efforts, I am paid rightly. Instead, if somebody tells me that work only for 2 hours, you will be paid 4,000 pounds a month, I get immediately into my own doubts, because I think there is something wrong with the job he is offering me. Even this is digestible. If I am told that, keep quiet at home, On every 30th of a month, you will be given a briefcase. You have to hand over that to an unknown person. Next day morning, you get 10,000 pounds. I think by now you are sure what is the job going to be. Certainly, I won't take up the job. One, I am not mentally confident that I am doing a legal job because the effort is not commensurate to the reward. The reward is much higher. It is 10,000. Whereas the effort is just taking and handing over a briefcase to somebody else, then I can't digest it. The same problem occurs in Sharanagati too. In Bhakti Marga, my effort is commensurate to the reward. I do a lot, I reach Sri Vaikuntham, they are commensurate. Whereas in Sharanagati, I abstain from doing, but reach Sri Vaikuntham, my belief, my confidence is the whole problem in Sharanagati. Physically, Bhakti Yogam is difficult to perform, but mentally you will be satisfied. You will believe Bhakti Yogam. Whereas in Sharanagati, it is quite simple to perform. Physically, it is very easy to perform. Whereas mentally, it's difficult to get into the framework of a Sharanagata. So now is a challenge in our hand. Are we going to toil physically or stretch our mind and understand Sharanagati? I think we will opt for the second today. Of course, we know that it's too difficult to perform Bhakti Yoga. As we saw yesterday in the Tamil lecture, during the last shloka of 9th chapter, Krishna spelled that Manmanabhava, Mad Bhaktaha, Mad Yaji, Mam Namaskuru, Mame Vaishwasi Yuktvaiva Matmanam Matparayanaha. Your mind, your speech and your body. These three are the faculties which we enjoy. All the three faculties of us must be focused towards Krishna. Then we are left with no time to mind our business. It's too difficult to do that way. Instead, you are given time to what you want to do. At the same time, you are assured of a birth in Sri Vaikuntha. Will you not be allured? Will you not be absorbed by this path? So you find time for everything else. At the same time, it's a confident path that fetches you moksham, and that is why the significance is remarkable in Sharanagati. But at the same time, it has its own pitfalls. Anything that is easy has difficulties too attached to it. Allopathy is a good system of medicine, but you need to go along with the side effects of allopathy. Siddha may be a simpler system of medicine. There may not be much of side effects, but yet it's not going to get you cured immediately. You have problems in both. Sadhyopayam also has pitfalls. Siddhopayam also has pitfalls. Now we have to choose between the two. Weigh between the two. Am I going to tread in the path of Sadhyopaya or Siddhopaya? Am I going to be a Bhakti Yogi or Sharanagata? Now take a decision. Can I be a Bhakti Yogi? It's a very difficult question to answer. If I put a question to this gathering, who are you? Someone may say, I am a male, I am a female. I am bespectacled, I don't wear a spectacle. I wear a sari, I wear a pant. There are so many differentiating factors in this gathering. But if I want one aspect which can get all of you under one umbrella, can we not call ourselves a Bhakta? If we term ourselves as Bhakta here, then all the people will come under that umbrella. There cannot be anything that differentiates us. Then are we all Bhaktas? Yes, we are trying to be a Bhakta. Not a Bhakta as specified or prescribed in Gita. Because as specified in Gita, we must not be thinking or talking or doing anything else than Krishna. We are not doing so. We have our own jobs to mind. So we are not a Bhakti Yogi as Krishna has felt it. And one more aspect to it is, to become a Bhakti Yogi, you should have already completed Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Have we done so? Karma Jnana Yoga are ancillary subjects to Bhakti Yoga. Unless you read them, you are not into the final subject. Bhakti Yogam is Angi. Karma Jnana Yogam is Anga. Anga is an ancillary subject. Angi is the primary subject. So to get into the primary subject, we should have accomplished Karma Jnana Yoga, which we have not. In which case, we are not proper Karma Yogis as prescribed in the Holy Scriptures. We are trying to be Jnana Yogis. We are trying to be Karma Yogis. We are of course trying to be bhakti yogis too. So that's not the right way, and we are not eligible to follow that path. If sadhyopayam is what you choose, then we are not eligible to follow that path. We are not equipped that much to follow that path. Then we are left with only Sharanagati. But we need to go through the difficulties in Sharanagati. Let me explain to you the doctrine first. This is path of abstinence. This is path of non-performance. This is path of catching hold of an established upaya. So this is an upaya which is beyond anybody's simple comprehension. It's difficult to comprehend. But once you comprehend it, then you are the king for yourself. It makes you so simple to reach Sri Vaikuntham. Now let me tell you the shlokam and explain the meaning which defines and explains Sharanagati. Ananyasadhye swabhishte mahavishwasa purvakam tadeka upayata yancha prapatti sharanagatihi. Prapadanam, nyasam, prapatti, sharanagati are all synonyms. They all stand for the same meaning, but the coinage, it is christened differently. It is prapatti, sharanagati, nyasam, all stand for the same meaning, surrender. It's absolute surrender. In simple English terms, sharanagati can be translated as unconditional, absolute surrender to your Lord. Why do we surrender? Now let us be introduced to three more terms. Sharanagata, Sharanagati, Sharanya. Anywhere these three will haunt you. Sharanagata, Sharanagati, Sharanya. One who performs this unconditional surrender is a Sharanagata. The act of surrender is Sharanagati. To whom we surrender is Sharanya. So Srimad Narayana is the Sharanya. I perform Sharanagati towards him. I am the Sharanagata. Then there must be some marks that identify a Sharanya. Some marks that identify a Sharanagata. Some marks that identify Sharanagati. If you understand these three well, then almost we are through Sharanagati, but that's going to take another 1 hour for us. So let us only talk about these three terms. Sharanagata, what are the requisites? Sharanagati, what are the requisites? Sharanya, what are the requisites? There must be a requisite for any action. What are they? Ananyasadhye swabhishte mahavishwasa purvakam tadeka upayata yancha prapatti sharanagatihi. Swa-abhishta, my goal, my objective. Abhishta is something I desire about. Swa-abhishtam ananyasadhyam. I am now sure that I won't be able to accomplish my objective by any means of my own. On my own, I won't be able to accomplish my objectives. This is the first belief. This is the first assurance you must have. Once you come to that conclusion, then I know that I am not able to achieve my goal. Instead, I am now in search of somebody who can make me achieve. Swabhishte ananyasadhye. I cannot achieve my goal with any of my own means. Then, mahavishwasa purvakam tadeka upayata yancha. I don't have any upayam now. I don't have any means left in my hand. Instead, I go in search of a person or an object which can serve as an upaya, not expecting me to do anything. That should not expect me to do anything. If it expects me, then I have already failed. Just because I have failed, I am in search of some other upayam now. So there must be a means that does not expect me to do anything. Without my effort, it must be able to take me nearer to my goal. Is there an upayam such that? There is. And he is Lord Narayana himself. So Siddhopayam is the lotus feet of Bhagavan, the lotus feet of Brahman. Mahavishwasa purvakam tadeka upayata. I go stand before him, prostrate, offer my salutations to him, and with folded hands plead to him, O Lord, you please be my means to reach you. I need to reach you. I am desirous of reaching you. I don't find any other way or means in my hands to reach you. I have failed in all my attempts. I accept my failure. Now let me plead to you to reach me to you. So now we go and prostrate to Paramatma. We plead to him. Who is the Upayam now? None other than Narayana. Because the earlier Upayam was Bhakti Yogam. I realized that I won't be able to practice it in the right sense. Instead I left it. Then I go to Paramatma and plead to him. You please be my path. You please be my Upayam to reach you. Now where are we reaching? And through which are we reaching? Please note this carefully now. You have to be attentive in every term. We are into Sharanagati, which is not a simple concept. I am not here to tell stories also. You heard some stories yesterday, be happy with that. There are going to be no stories today. It's going to be only logic and logic. Unless you understand this logic, it is too difficult to put it to practice. So now we go and prostrate before our Lord, plead to him, you be the path and you be the destination. This is the confusing factor here. In this world, we know that the path is totally different from destination. Path and destination never coincide. I have to come to this mandir to deliver a discourse today. This is my destination. But this is not my path. Path was different. There were many roads and there was a car which was my path. That which brings me here is the Upayam. Where I reach is my Prapyam. That is my destination. Destination and the path never are the same. Whereas in the case of Sharanagati, both are the same. Bhagavan himself is the path. Bhagavan himself is the destination. The final reaching place is he. And the way to reach him is himself. So I choose him as my path. Where to go? To reach his lotus feet. I'll give you an example which will make you easily understand this. Today is Dwadashi. I earlier told you, we must offer Agatti Kire, all this. Whether it is lentils or any spinach, get something that is possible to you. It may not be possible, but yet if you try, everything would be possible. So you buy that. Offer those greens to a cow. You want to call a cow nearer to you. How do you call it? Show a bunch of green, call the cow comes closer to you. After it comes to you, what do you offer to the cow? A liter of milk? Will you ever do it? Cow is never offered a liter of milk. Can you offer some butter to the cow? It does not want. What do you offer then? The same bunch of green. You call the cow with the bunch of green. You offer the cow the same bunch of green. So the path to call the cow and the destination to the cow are one and the same. Take a similar. It's not entirely similar. I just wanted to give you an example so that you understand this concept. My path and destination always differ, whereas in Sharanagati, both are one and the same. Path is Sriman Narayana's lotus feet and the destination is his own lotus feet. Why? Destination is nothing but performing service to him. Serving your Lord. Where do you serve? To his lotus feet. What does it mean? His lotus feet is none other than his bhaktas. All his devotees. So I serve his devotees. That in turn is service to the Lord. Service to the Lord is my purushartham, my destination. There are many instances where the path is difficult, but the destination is rewarding. There are some instances where the path would be superb, whereas the destination is totally not rewarding. In the case of Sharanagati, both the path and destination are so sweet. They are rewarding. In the case of Bhakti Yoga, there is some effort which I need to put. So it's with difficulty I have to perform Bhakti Yoga. Destination, of course, is sweet. Whereas in Sharanagati, both the path and destination is himself. So both are going to be sweet. Both are going to be simple. But I need to get into that mental framework. If I get into that, then it is quite simple to perform. Why am I again and again mentioning that it's a difficult mental framework? Because in Sharanagati, you need to totally shed your swatantriyam, your ahankara, mamakaram. Even an iota of ahankara and mamakara will spoil the sport, will spoil Sharanagati. Once you are going to prostrate and plead to Bhagavan that you are the only means, then you must have the humility to accept that you have failed.